before we even fucking started. Okay, hold on.
That's not even on mic.
No, it's not on a mic. It's not. It's just on my fucking backpack. I'll be back. All right.
Brandi.
Fucking A. What the hell?
Drunk bitches be like. Drunk bitches be like. Drunk bitches be like.
Welcome to Drunk Bitches Be Like. I'm Brandi.
I'm Mindy.
And this is all about two women, a few beers, some tipsy stories, and some drunk ideas.
Welcome. Put your headphones on.
It's gonna live on its own.
Girl, put your headphones on.
Whew. All right, now that that's done. All right, cool. Well, I got the spillage over with early.
So thanks for joining us. By the time you're hearing this, a lot of you might have heard episode 16.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Can I just say, oh, wait. Before we officially start.
Oh, yeah. That helped so much last episode.
It did.
I remember turning it off.
Yeah.
I remember turning that off.
I was like, it feels real good in here. And I was like, yeah, we need to turn off the air conditioner. Okay. Yeah. So everybody who listened to last episode, clearly, so normally we have a certain amount of drunkage that we start the episode with because, there is equipment and things that we have to set up.
Okay. I will say episodes 1 through 3.
Yeah.
This was kind of a callback to that.
Yeah, it was.
Episode 16 was a callback to 1 through 3.
Because I feel like 1 through 3 we learned, and then we were like, oh no, we can like do shots and stuff, but we have to be semi-sober to set shit up and get it started and rolling. And then by the end of the night, we can like whatever. But like, yeah, 16.
And the bitches whatevered.
Yeah.
However, we whatevered before, I whatevered way before Brandi. Brandi never caught up.
I was late.
I whatevered a lot.
Yeah.
So, I refuse to apologize because it's
it was fucking hilarious.
It's hilarious, and it was possibly the most hilarious episode we have done since 1, 2, and 3.
And besides the most hilarious episode, we hung out afterwards and we went to some places. And let's just say Mindy copped a feel here and there.
I told my husband, according to Brandi, I am incredibly elusive. If you leave me someplace, you cannot be guaranteed that I will be there when you get back.
There was at least 2 times where I was sitting down talking to her husband, and we're sitting there and I'm looking around and all of a sudden I go, where's Mindy? And then I like had to like dart inside to like find her and like
inside feeling up the owner of the joint.
Well, and like, cause when you get drunk, you get a little like, there's no personal space bubble. So Mindy talks with her hands sometimes. And she was, mostly when you're super drunk, and she was talking with her hands and she just kept like copping a feel every time she was telling a story.
I was so far inside that bubble.
Oh yeah.
Also, I invited a business owner.
Uh-huh.
I invited 2 business owners on, which I think we should take them up on their approval.
As long as they are still in for it, I think so. Yeah,
I feel like we should get them drunk and they'll be fine. Mm-hmm. I feel like I prefaced that by like,
yeah.
Okay, here's the deal.
You have
if we invite you to be on, you don't have to be drunk.
I mean,
but
you gotta get a little tipsy.
I mean,
drinking's
it lends itself to some enjoyable conversations.
It does.
And I have one more audio jack that we could use with some headphones.
That's true.
I could buy another microphone. But anyway.
I mean, I feel like I should participate in that.
I made friends. I'm not sure in the way that I wanted to. Like, I'm going to be honest. The night was spotty. After what you heard, the night was spotty, but I was supervised. Not well.
I will say, when I told the bartender who was working that evening that we were recording again tonight, she very openly requested that we stop by again because she thought you were hilarious. So I don't know if we upset anybody because I haven't heard of that yet, but we definitely delighted some people.
You work for the person.
There were definitely some compliments and she's hilarious. And I was like, all right, yeah.
I felt so bad. So we've talked about this before. I am not a sad crying drunk. I am a let's not let the party stop.
Yeah.
Drunk.
Mindy wants to just keep on having another drink. And I'm like, all right, but where'd she escape to?
Yeah, I will drink myself into an ER.
I'm the kind of drunk that I've always been told, and this is funny because it started in college. So I would go out drinking with my friends and stuff, and I'd come home and I'd have full on conversations with people. Go to bed, wake up the next day, and I would not remember some of these conversations, and somebody would walk up to me and go, oh, da, 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 and they would like remind me of something that happened the night before, and I'm like, I'm sorry, you're gonna need me right. What did I say? And they're like, wait, like when you got home last night? And I was like, yeah. Like I got home last night. That I know because I woke up this morning in my bed. But like other than that, I need you to remind me of what happened after I got home last night. And they're like, well, you came over and we had a full conversation about this. And I was like, cool. Don't remember any of that. And they're like, but you sounded so sober. And I'm like, awesome. Great that I sound sober, but also I don't remember any of that. So I need you to remind me.
So my thing is that sober me can have a conversation with you at the break of dawn while you're waking up. While I am not awake, sober me can have that conversation.
Yeah.
Not remember any of it.
Oh.
I get just enough consciousness to like participate,
To have full conversations and things.
and then I go back to sleep, and it's like that conversation never happened.
Yeah.
I also have the me that wakes up abruptly. It was caused by being on call, where my on-call phone would ring, and I would be awake immediately.
Yeah.
Not comprehensive about what was happening, but I would immediately wake up and be like, hi, Mindy speaking for blah, blah company. How can I help you? And then like spend 15 minutes wondering what the fuck was happening.
Sorry.
But I am if you call me today, if you called me at 1:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning on a weekday, I will wake up as if I were already awake.
Yeah.
And not understand what you're saying for like 20 minutes.
Oh, no. If somebody calls me at like 3 a.m., I am up and alert and ready to go because I worked in TV news for so long. That like emergency and shit like that happens. And it's like, so I was always constantly waiting for the phone call. So now it's like, if I wake up, if something wakes me up in the middle of the night, 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., if somebody calls, if like the cat fucking jumps on me, like anything happens, I'm like up and I'm like alert and going, what's happening? Where do I need to be? What's happening? I don't like, what do I need to drive somewhere? Do I have to put clothes on? What's happening? And then I'll realize like, oh no, I don't do that anymore. And then I'll sit there for a minute and I'm like, well, now I'm fucking wide awake. So I can try and go back to sleep, or I could just start my day.
I'm kind of the same way. I am. I just, at some point, so since I got the CPAP, at some point I just give up.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to put it back on.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want to go back to sleep and lose.
Yeah.
You get a score. They give you an app that tells you what your score is.
Oh, no.
I don't want to lose. However, it also doesn't take into consideration when you have been asleep for 5.5 hours that is when you woke up.
Yeah.
It assumes that you have slept for 8 hours, and for 3 hours you didn't have it on.
Right.
And I'm like, no, but then I woke up. And so then it ended. So I should get a 100 for having it on 100% of the time.
That you were sleeping.
Because then I got up.
Yeah.
So I want the courtesy of having finished it because I got up.
I'm having the same problem with my calorie counting thing.
Yeah.
Because I have an app, right? And so like it's mostly fantastic because I have a Fitbit, but I also use my Fitness Pal, which used to be totally free app, and then Under Armour bought them, and now they have like all these premium services and shit that they constantly want me to buy.
Oh, you can also get Under Armour shoes, which I have.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't want all the ads, and I don't need the premium ship. I just want to like put my food in, but they have a really good catalog of like restaurants and things like that. So usually I can type in like Panera bread, broccoli, and cheddar, and it'll come up with the whole calorie count for those.
9,247.
Yeah, whatever. Actually, not terrible. Not as bad.
Really?
Yeah, not as bad. But like today we went and had Chinese food for lunch, right? And I got a Four Seasons because it was like shrimp, beef, pork, and chicken in a brown garlic sauce. And I was like, that seems, lots of meat, lots of protein, which is good. And then, white rice on the side and brown garlic sauce.
They were like 9,000 milligrams of sodium.
Well, yeah. Oh, no. Tons of sodium, I'm sure. But the problem is, like, I tried typing in Four Seasons and, like, it doesn't come up. So I'm like, all right. So then I, like, found generic, like, brown garlic sauce. And I'm like, all right, well, that doesn't seem too bad. So I put that in. And then I'm like, all right. So, like, let's put in, like, shrimp and then chicken and then pork. And then everything adds up. And I'm like, oh, well, this was 1,000 calorie fucking thing. But, like, I find when I do, like, have a... like the other day for lunch, I had a buffalo chicken wrap. So I typed in buffalo chicken wrap and it didn't have the exact restaurant because I used a local restaurant. And so like I'm going through them and I'm like, all right.
Just choose the least.
Right. So I'm like, all right, well, do I want to eat more today or do I want to eat? So like I'm scrolling through. I'm like, okay, so I've got between 250 to like 750 calories. So which one do I want to pick? And I'm like,
you know what, though? It just sucks because there's a difference between wanting to be healthy. You said in the last podcast, because I went back and listened to it, not because I remember, that you just want to tie your shoes without being out of breath.
Oh, yeah.
And I relate. A lot of women relate. But so we're not trying to achieve an unhealthy standard. There has, since our last podcast, people have come forward and been like, you know what? Facebook and Instagram really promote those
unhealthy standards.
The unhealthy
and stuff.
standards.
Yeah.
They promote those accounts that promote those things.
Yeah.
And we all know that it's unhealthy. Actually, you know what? Follow, like, there's an account by Alicia McCarville.
Okay.
She is plus sized. I'm trying to gain some confidence. I'm not quite at the crop shirt and high.
Oh, no. I did that last weekend. I wore a cropped shirt. I've had this cropped shirt for like 2 years and I never wore it. It was brand new.
Did it make you self-conscious?
A little bit, but here's the thing.
You just got drunk and gave up.
No. So I went to Renfest earlier in the day and it was the first time.
Your titties were all out at Renfest.
Yeah, they were. So
all out.
I had a Victorian costume, but the thing was the jacket that I wore was very wide cut and low cut in the front. And so I had a couple things I could wear under it.
You had a corset on and your titties were all out everywhere.
Oh, no. It was not a corset. It was one of those one piece like bra like bodysuit things.
Oh, like a long line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a bodysuit. And I was like, you know what? It's fucking 80 degrees outside. Fuck it. I'm going with it. And I did it. And I was like, you know what? I did it all day. And so then when I got home and I changed and I had to go work at a bar, I was like, you know what? I'm going to wear the crop shirt and I'm going to see how this goes. And I wore like my normal like jeans with it and everything else. And it's longer in the back and it was like nude colored underneath. It had a lining and then it was like black lace on top. And it was like a high colored, but in the front, it just hit right above your belly button. And my jeans usually come up right around my belly button too. But you know, when you run around and stuff, they like start to slump. So I was like, all right, I'm doing this for one night. We'll see how it goes. And it's the first night I've been hit on in like 5 years.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude came in and was like, I walked by and I like handed him a beer and he was like, I really love your shirt. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then I was cleaning tables, and as I was cleaning tables, I could hear him talking to his friend about, he was like, I just love her little shirt. It's just so cute because, you know, it's got like the thing that makes it look like it's nude underneath, but then the lace. And I was sitting there going, all right, I kind of like this now.
What you mean is I got titties.
I was like, okay, all right, maybe this is all right.
No, during Christmas last year, I wore high-waisted pixie pants from Old Navy and a cropped sweatshirt.
Okay.
And I felt self-conscious as fuck.
Oh, no, yeah.
But I still bought a tie-dyed cropped t-shirt, which I have yet to wear because every time I put it on, I feel weird.
You just feel weird, yeah.
But I follow a couple of accounts with women who are plus size, and they're like, just fucking wear the shirt.
And that's... I did for 2 years. I did not wear this shirt, and I've literally tried it on. I don't know how many times, countless times. I've taken it out of my closet, put it on, and I'm like, nope, Then I take it back off, put it back on the hanger. After 2 years, I finally did it once, and I was like, okay, this didn't work out terribly for me.
I feel like we see ourselves in a different light, a harsher light.
Oh, absolutely.
But I have told people, so one year I went to Halloween as a man. You can attest to the fact that I have a very short haircut now. I had the exact same haircut, so I like manned it up and like pushed it back.
I love your haircut though.
Thank you.
It's fun.
I thickened my eyebrows.
Yeah.
Did some like flaring of it so it looked like I had actual like hairs and shit like that. Yeah. I put in like big stud crystal earrings, a flannel shirt, and some jeans. I have big tits. Not massive.
No, but you can't hide them.
Yeah. So, and then I stenciled in a beard and a mustache.
Nice.
So I had a full beard and a mustache stenciled in. I got hit on by 2 women. I had somebody ask to be introduced to me.
Oh, wow.
And that woman was told by another woman, you know that's a girl, right? And she was like, no, it's not. And she's like, yeah. And so when I was talking to that woman who said, you know it's a girl, right? I was talking to her boyfriend, and he was like, first of all, I need to end this conversation because I see your face but I hear your voice.
Right.
And I can't reconcile the two things.
Right.
And when he was like, so-and-so wants to meet you, but she doesn't, like, she's not putting the two pieces together.
Right.
And my initial reaction, which is what is true, is that people see what they want to see. They don't see the same thing that we see.
Yeah.
They see what they want to see.
Yeah.
My bad.
That's See, I told you, Mindy talks with her hands, and sometimes she hits the mic. It's just a thing.
I grip the mic like a booby.
So she just pokes things.
Here's the thing. Late in life observation. I love my husband. I have chosen men my entire life. Mm-hmm. However, I do not consider myself bisexual, but I consider myself to appreciate women. And I probably could be in a relationship with a woman, but I like my husband.
Yeah.
And I like the things that come along with a husband.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I touch a stray boob here and there. And
Well,
I'm so sorry for sexually
I feel like
harassing your boss.
No. Well, so here's the thing. I feel like as a female, well, not even as a female, as a male too. Like I feel like there's certain parts of your life that you start exploring other ideas and things like that. And like you look at other sexualities and, I think that's healthy to say, you know what? I wonder if I would be interested in things like that, because honestly, I've wondered before in the past because I think boobs are great.
Yeah.
I think boobs are awesome. Like, I love cleavage. Like, I'm all about it. But also, when I think anything past that, I'm like, no, I couldn't be a lesbian because I couldn't, like, I'm not interested in any of the other parts.
I do think I'm way more fluid than, I think I'm way more fluid than what I
feel like sexuality is just ever flowing.
I wish my mom would just turn this episode off. Just stop now or forward 20 minutes. I have always said, and I think it's been like I don't want to claim the identity of bisexual. I just think that like it's a hijacking of something, and I think it's a cheapening of something if I were to say that's what I am. I have said forever, for the very longest time, I have friends who can testify to it, that I am an equal opportunity receptor.
Yeah.
I will receive.
Right.
In any way possible. I have no idea what the hell to do if you were to give.
Yeah.
In any way possible. I understand the male.
Yeah.
However, I appreciate females in a very sexual sense. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure if that's like bisexual or if that's just, I don't know what the fuck it is.
Or you're just like, you're commiserating with your fellow females.
Right.
Yeah.
But I have a female type.
Yeah.
It's small. It's ethereal. They're tiny little bird type girls.
Yeah.
I think they're cute as shit.
Yeah.
They're pixie types.
Yeah.
I think they're cute. I think they're adorable. I'm not sure if I find them sexual. I just find them fucking adorable.
Right.
Like, I would kiss them. I'm not sure if I would do anything else with them.
Right.
So,
No, and
I don't know where that lands you.
Well, that's the thing, and I don't.
But I also don't think that you need a title.
You don't need a
for
label.
it.
No, you absolutely don't.
But I certainly don't want to usurp bisexual, because I think that's somebody who firmly lands themselves in either camp.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I'm there.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's fucking cute.
Right.
I could kiss it. I'm not sure I could do other things to it, but I could.
I like to think of like sexuality as percentages. So like I'm heterosexual, but I would say I'm probably like 95% heterosexual. There's a very like, you know, there's a 5% of me that's like, I really like boobs. And also like there's been times where, so my mom has this thing and I love her to death, but whenever I did not have a boyfriend, and my mom's very old school, but whenever I did not have a boyfriend and I would just hang out with my girlfriends all the time, she would always be like, are you a lesbian? And I'm like, okay, well, first of all, it doesn't matter. But also,
My mom would have been
I'm
so
not.
happier if I'd have left boys behind at some point.
I'm telling you what, it's just one of those things where it's like, no, I'm not. And so like in college, there was one of my friends, very
She
particularly.
was waiting for the opportunity to accept you.
Well, so like, and my friend, I think she listens to the podcast now because, you know, it took a couple bets, but then I told her and she was like, wait, you're on a podcast? What's happening?
I'm not just on
yeah.
it. I am it.
Oh, yeah. So we'll refer back to the Portland episode. So in Portland, I told her about it and now she listens to it. But so I had...
She's the one.
She's the one. So we didn't live together in college, but we were friends in college. And then we lived together in Las Vegas and, you know, and we've always been very close and we're both very huggy, touchy, feely people, which, you know, I've always been,
But you're not necessarily sexually attracted to your friends.
No. That's the thing. Like I have a personal space bubble, but then again, when I get close to people, like I am a hugger. I will hug everybody. I love everybody. I want to hug people. I want to touch people. But
I will say, since 2016, you and I have hugged like 4 times.
That's true.
Mainly because probably of me.
Well, I mean,
don't like to be hugged.
My sister hates being hugged. So I also grew up knowing that so like when I want to hug my sister,
Right.
I basically tackle her.
I'm not saying that your sister has this issue, but like
No,
I have been sexually abused and I don't want to be hugged without like a
consent.
preface.
And
I want
that's-
there needs to be a socially acceptable premise
Right.
for which it happens. My
Absolutely.
wedding,
Yeah.
I got hugged a lot.
Yeah.
But I understood that it was going to happen.
Right.
And I was
You went
prepared.
in knowing mentally that you needed to
prepared that
prepare.
people were going to hug me.
Because you're getting married and that's what happens.
Yeah.
Family members all want to hug you.
But like fucking people coming up and hugging me out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You're going to get a weird response. It's usually me with my arms up in the air, like I'm being arrested.
I will say, if somebody just randomly comes up and hugs me, I'll probably take the hug and then I'll turn around and be like, who the fuck are you? Like,
Why?
what's happening?
Why?
Like, what?
Why'd you do that?
Who are you? What's happening? Did you need a hug? Do you need a hug? Do I need to reciprocate the hug? What's happening? I need to know more information. Like, I'm okay with hugs and things. But like, I grew up, my sister she hates being touched and whatever else. So me and my friend are very both kind of in that field where we're both huggers and whatever else. So like we would take a lot of pictures in college and stuff that we would post on Facebook where it was like, you know, our heads are together and like she would give me dog kisses on the face, like, you know, so her tongue would be on my cheek and my mom's like, are you sure you're not a lesbian? And I'm like, all right, here's the thing. I like boys. And I don't want to go any more vulgar than that, but yeah, I like boys. But the thing is it's like, yeah, I mean, we lived in Vegas and on New Year's, both of us were single and we're standing in the middle of the fucking strip. At midnight, we kissed each other because there was nobody else who, like, we literally looked around and was like, I'm not kissing a stranger. All right, well, let's make out for a second. Cool. All right. She's a good kisser. So it's just like, all right, fine. Like, so, okay, I've kissed a girl. I'm not a lesbian.
But I'm
you know,
indifferent to it.
Yeah.
It's not I kissed a girl and I liked it.
Right.
I kissed a girl and I was indifferent to it.
Yeah, it was like, okay, so kissing is like, I feel like a very
intimate.
Yeah, well, kissing is intimate, but also kissing to me is like a very like precursor to things.
Right.
So it's like kissing a girl, kissing a guy, to me, it's the same thing.
Right. Okay.
So like doing more than that sexually, then you get into more things. But I'm like kissing somebody, like if I kiss a girl, kiss a boy, whatever, that's the same thing. It doesn't matter.
My thing is that like I don't want to usurp anything. I don't want to adopt something that I don't fully feel.
Oh no, and I agree
so
with
I
that.
don't want to adopt bisexual.
Right.
It's not who I am. I don't want that label.
Right.
I don't want somebody to think that something is a choice.
Right.
I hate when those weird fucking people think that like you're choosing
that's a lifestyle
gayness.
choice.
Yeah.
Like
you're
no.
choosing gayness for a choice. No, I don't have a boundary.
Well, and here's my thing.
For the thing.
Yeah. Well, and this is why I like to put it in percentages, because I feel like it's an evolutionary thing. Like we have evolved as human beings from this, that, and the other. And as we continue to evolve as human beings, I feel like our sexuality and things like that will also continue to evolve. So there will be some people that are born who are transgender. There are some people that are born that are bisexual, some that are lesbians, gay, whatever. Homosexual.
But you were born
that way because you have
Lady
progressed.
Gaga had it right.
Yeah.
You were born that way.
Love her. She's so fantastic. But yeah, so that's my thing. And that's why I like to put it into like a percentage kind of thing, because it's like everybody has their percentage of what they are.
Which in another way is saying that like sexuality is fluid.
It is.
Which
It's very fluid.
In honesty, before it became a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so wait, my beer is kicking in. Before it became a thing, I always thought that. Like, so when I was like, I am a mutually accepting reciprocal.
Yeah.
Not reciprocal. When I'm mutually, not mutually. God damn, I'm ruining this. When I was like, I'm a receptacle. I will receive pleasure from things.
Right. Doesn't matter where it's coming from.
Doesn't matter where it's coming from. That is not any different from saying that, like, I am here on a scale of 1 to 100.
Right.
I lean more toward, I don't know, the middle.
Yeah.
No, not the middle. Like, I don't know what the middle is considered.
Well,
I'm not
40
all
to
for
60
dudes.
would be
I'm
like
not
a middle.
all for females.
Yeah.
I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You like what you like and you want to
But I still
have
don't
what you
want to
like.
consider myself as bisexual, not because of a label thing, just because I don't want to disrespect the people who are
Very much
like,
so.
I'm 100% this.
Right. No, and I understand that. Like there's some people that absolutely know where they are. And then there's other people who just have a rough idea of where they're kind of floating.
Yeah.
And so like I feel like not like having a label on you is perfectly fine. And the people who do know where they are and say, I am bisexual, okay, you know that you like men, you like women, and you are indifferent to whoever you're receiving or giving to or whatever else, and that relationship that you're having. And I think that's fantastic for them that they know where they are. So I don't think that's a bad thing that you don't label yourself as something, because I mean, if you're ever fluid and you just like, you don't know and you're experimenting, or if you're, just later in life and you're like, maybe I wouldn't mind this, whatever, like that's fine. Like, I feel like that's okay. Like it should be an okay thing to come out and say, I might like this, or I might be okay with this. Yeah.
But I feel like some people think that means that you will cheat on your husband. And cheating is cheating. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter. I'm not one of those people who are like, but if I kiss a girl, it's not cheating. No.
Kissing anybody is cheating.
Kissing anybody is cheating. For me. It might not be for you, but whatever.
I mean,
any level of intimacy for me with somebody else is cheating.
Yeah.
So there's that.
I mean, kissing somebody with sexual intent is... to me, kissing. Now, I will say there's different intents on different things, but honestly, if you're kissing somebody on like a different intent other than like, if you're doing it just to be funny and whatever, make fun of people, then fuck you. Like, it may not count, but also like screw you, because then you're just making fun of people who are a different like sexual orientation than you.
I don't want to. So back in the day, oh, way back in the 90s, we should have a theme song. For
God, it was so long ago.
Back in the 90s, our profound simplicity needs to make us the theme song for that way back. If we paid him, it might actually happen. It probably should not just happen without anything. We need way back in the 80s, way back in the 70s, way back in the 90s, way back in the 2000s. So then Brandi would have a harder job. So way back in the 90s.
Interludes are okay.
I had friends that, like, seriously, we'd be out someplace and there'd be some creeper fucking guy. And for some reason, us would be like, I'm gay. And we'd kiss each other and we would think that that guy would go away, and it would not happen.
No, because he was like, oh, now I'm more interested.
Now, exactly. So it's better if you just grabbed like your closest guy friend to be like, let's make out.
Yeah.
There's a thing here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I do remember those days though, where it was like, oh no, if I grab my girlfriend and pretend that we're together, it's fine. No, guys just got more interested in that, which became more creepy.
I have 50-50 dance with my guy friends and my girlfriends to Genuine's Pony that I want to think about.
Oh, God. So many dorm room memories from that.
Yo, horny. That's right. This
I feel like
pony.
I've had a couple tequila nights to that theme song.
Yeah. When I was drinking tequila, I seriously thought Blake Shelton had wrote a song about me when he wrote Tequila Makes Clothes Fall Off.
Oh, so, no, that's absolutely
yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, so.
But my tequila standards have gone way up since then.
Oh, yeah, I'm not drinking tequila 1800 and thinking it was the best thing ever. Now I'm like, can I get something that starts with the word dawn and or silver?
Yeah, I need silver, and I need chilled, and I need like...
Well, when I asked for it chilled, they were like with ice cubes, and then it watered it down. I'm like, no just fucking chill the glass, bitch.
Right. So this reminded me of something that happened today, which I went to Starbucks today.
Why?
It's my like
constitutional right.
Yes, but also it's my like when I go and do things and accomplish stuff, it's like my reward to myself. Starbucks is like my present to myself when I go and like actually accomplish things. So I stopped at Starbucks and I ordered an iced espresso, right? And then she looked at me and she goes, well, how many, like what size? And I'm like, okay, when I do this on the app and order it ahead of time, which I couldn't do because I was inside of a Target.
Right.
So I was like, when I do this ahead of time, it's always like a double. So I was like 2 shots and she goes, okay. And I was like, and can you put a 1 pump of the apple brown sugar syrup and then a splash of oat milk, because that's how I always do it on the app. And I didn't think it was like too like over the top, because I'm like, all right, 1 splash of syrup and just
him to like robot like down load.
And like she put it in, but like the whole time she looked very angry, and it was like less than $3. So I'm like, this is why I get this at Starbucks, because it's like if you get a couple shots of espresso, it's not that expensive. Right. So I was like, all right. So like I like swiped my app or whatever, and then I go over and I'm standing there waiting for her to like bring it to the like end thing, and she turns around with my cup and I can see the espresso in it. It looks like it has not been diluted at all with milk or anything, and she goes, well, did you want anything else in here like ice? And I was like, yeah, I wanted ice. Like I ordered an iced espresso. Like there should be ice. So she hadn't put any ice in it. And normally they put the ice before they put like the milk and shit. No, she had put, which is why it was like a dark brown, because she put all that other shit in it. So everything had warmed up. And then when she asked me, I was like, yeah, I want ice. So she put ice in it, and I'm like sitting there jiggling it, like trying to make it like cold. And I'm like, it's just not. And I like took a sip and I was like, oh, this is bitter as shit. Like it's a horrible
first world problems.
Oh, I know. Horrible first world problems. But I was just like, why is the Target Starbucks so much worse than the rest of the Starbucks?
Because it is.
Yeah, they're it is.
Target people.
Sorry to everybody who had to listen to that.
So last weekend.
Yeah.
Today is the 9th. Last weekend was the 2nd. So across America, across America, women were marching. They were marching. We were gathering to protest the Texas law against fucking abortion. But it was more than abortion. They have an abortion law, which they call a heartbeat law, but
there's no exceptions.
Here's the thing. There's no exceptions. And actually, they consider conception at the point at which your last period was, which is not okay.
That's not what conception is.
That's not what conception
medically
is.
Medically, that is not what conception is.
Well, medically it is.
Oh, is it?
However, it is not when you know you're pregnant. Right. So you can conceive 14 days, 7 to 14 days. Don't look it up.
Yeah.
You conceive 14 days before.
Yeah.
And then you have 2 weeks to find out that you're pregnant.
Right.
And that's not normally when women realize they're pregnant, because you don't have another period for 4 weeks.
Right. You need at least 6 to 8 weeks to like figure that shit out.
And then they call it a heartbeat bill because they're like, there's a heartbeat. There's not a fucking heartbeat. There is cell sound and generation, but it's not a heartbeat. There's not a heartbeat for like 12 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's scientifically incorrect. It's scientifically wrong. It is, they don't have fucking uteruses and know how biology works.
Right.
So, it also is completely against what Roe versus Wade is, and they're trying to make their way around it. And they're putting a bounty on women and or people who help women to get an abortion of $10,000. So that's how they're getting around it. They're not fining women. They are encouraging a bounty on women. So there was the Women's March. My adorable niece, who's going to be 20, I was like, do you want to go to the march? There's one in your hometown or one in mine. Do you want to go? And she was like, I want to go to yours. And I was like, good choice. I want to fucking go to yours. Because that small town is going to turn out like 25 people because they're all fucking rednecks. So she came to mine. It was a decent sized turnout. I was a little disappointed in some of the participants, but let them do what they want to do.
Yeah.
There was some distraction. There was a woman who spoke about the abuse that she took in her situation. She was in an abusive relationship. She had 5 children. She wanted to get an IUD. And so they made her take a pregnancy test. And if she had a positive pregnancy test, what would she have done? She couldn't get an IUD. She would have to get an abortion. There was another woman who talked about being raped. If she would have had a pregnancy, she can't get an abortion because she needs the biological father's permission.
Who raped her
To do that. If she wanted to have her partner adopt the child, she needs her biological father of the child, her rapist, to approve it. So the rapist ends up with way more rights than she does.
Oh, yeah, because then she gets prosecuted if she does get an abortion.
Right.
But he gets no responsibility behind anything.
So then was it Iowa or Idaho? No, Missouri instituted the Texas law, which was if you cause an unwanted pregnancy, you can be turned in for a $10,000 bounty, which I was like, yay. Good on you, because you might not be convicted of rape, but you by goddamn sure can be held accountable for rape.
Oh, yeah.
So we went to the Women's March. It was an empowering thing. Mm-hmm. It was new for her.
Yeah.
She picked up a sign. She didn't make it, but she picked up a sign that was already made that said, if I wanted the government in my uterus, I would have fucked a senator. And I did not disagree with her sentiment. I just her generation is different.
Yeah.
They don't accept a lot of, we've talked about this before. Her generation is different. They don't accept a lot of things that our generation does. And our generation is the one that is evolving.
Oh,
My generation, your generation, we're different generations.
I mean,
we're the ones who are evolving.
I'm a lazy millennial that has 5 jobs because I have to pay off my $70,000 loans from college because I gotta know whatever
shit. I was like, I don't fucking care.
I mean, I'm so tired of being told that like I'm a lazy millennial, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck all of you. Like, if I get a Saturday off and I choose to spend it on the fucking couch watching TV, that's because I have worked my ass off the other 6 days, working so many hours and everything else. Like, yeah, it's one of those things where today I got stopped by the Boy Scouts because they had a popcorn stand. And I hate buying popcorn for the Boy Scouts, I'll be honest, because it's all overpriced, which not that the Girl Scout cookies aren't, but at least like the Girl Scout cookies are like $5 a box, and like I get a giant box of cookies. They need $10 for a thing of popcorn, but
you can get that at the Chicago airport.
You can, yeah, for cheaper. But so I bought a couple things but I literally said to him, I was like, oh, well, you caught me at a good day because I worked at the bar last night and I've got tips. And so like I handed him cash and gave it to her. And like the mom that was there, she goes, oh, yeah, I just, people have to live on tips and stuff. I feel so bad for you guys because
no, she doesn't.
Yeah,
because she doesn't have to.
She doesn't have to do that. And she was like, da, da, da. And I was like, here's the thing. In my brain, I'm sitting there going, well, first of all, I don't have to live on tips because I have multiple jobs and I get paid a salary, whatever else. The tips are just a nice little bonus for me on the weekends and things, which is why I bought some fucking popcorn that was way overpriced from some Boy Scouts. But like, I was sitting there thinking about it and I was like, yeah, I had just paid $30 for like a tin of caramel corn and some trail mix that I could go to like Big Lots and get for $5 because I wanted to support the Boy Scouts. But I did that knowing like, and the person selling it knew that like she in her brain had this assumption that I was this person that like only made $100 a week or whatever in tips at a bar. And I'm like, it just
because she is outside during work hours.
Yeah.
With her husband is,
And I was just like, all right, well, I mean, I don't feel bad giving because of the kid. He's like selling
lucky for
things
you and your
privilege
else. That you can be out here
right
with your
and
children,
doing this,
supervising
whatever.
This shit.
Yeah,
why
great.
isn't your kid in school? What the fuck? Humpkin was a very popular term. So I don't know if that's like a October husband or like what you do to a pumpkin if you're lonely.
Oh,
I don't know. It wasn't my intention.
I feel like a watermelon would be better for that.
I was very
pumpkin
drunk.
Is not.
I was. Pumpkin guts would be.
I mean, pumpkin guts, but there's like they're down in the like watermelon's like the full gamut, like the whole thing.
I mean,
full.
you just have to get in the bottom.
You just have to cut a hole. Whereas a pumpkin, you'd have to. Yeah, that's true. You'd have to go up through the bottom. But
I feel like where there's a will, there's a way.
That's true. Oh, the pumpkin guts are gross.
My husband does not fuck pumpkins.
So I just bought 4 pumpkins today.
None of which your partner is gonna fuck.
No, nobody's gonna fuck the pumpkins, and I don't like cleaning out the pumpkins either. So
I've only as an adult, I've only dressed 1 pumpkin. And it was 2 years ago.
I'm sorry, dressed a pumpkin?
That's all I could think of to call it. Like when you dress a turkey, you take out its guts and shit.
Oh, I didn't know that's what that was
or is
called.
That when you put shit in it?
I thought that's when you put shit in it.
I don't know. That's what I'm calling it. I've only gutted a pumpkin 1 time.
There you go. Okay.
And I thought I was going to vomit the entire time.
It doesn't make me want to vomit. It's just a lot of mess for like, so I...
No, I was literally like...
Oh, no. Yeah, that doesn't make me sick, but I just don't like doing it because it's just so messy and everything else. So I carve pumpkins. Like I have little like wood tools that I carve the pumpkins
You do
with.
adorable pumpkins.
Thank
like
you.
they cause no mess. You
Yeah.
don't get in the guts or
I
anything.
get little shavings and things that I like put in a little Kroger bag as I'm like shaving things, and it's not too messy. But I bought 4 pumpkins today because normally at this point
You're like
in
9
October,
pumpkins in by now.
oh yeah, by now I'm usually at least 9 or 10 pumpkins in, and by the end of October I usually have done at least 20 to 30 pumpkins. So I haven't done a single pumpkin this year because I've been very motivated to like do housework and like do projects and whatever else. So I've been doing a lot of stuff. Plus Renfest. I've been doing that a lot.
I can't wait. I get my first Renfest with
I
you.
know. I'm super
We're gonna
excited.
bonfire the night before.
And I saw your outfit. You're super cute.
Yay.
Yeah.
I think I ordered a new belt. No,
Yeah.
I did not.
Well, it
I
was a
thought I
waist
was
cincher,
going
wasn't
to.
it?
I thought I was going to, and
Yeah.
then I was like, yeah, fuck it. We're just going with what I want. I just want to be comfortable.
You should be comfortable. And that's
So-
the thing.
And then I was going to buy shoes, and then I have these Born lace-up Chelseas, and
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm just going to fucking wear those.
Here's the
'cause they're
thing.
beat to shit.
Do they have a sole on them?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the thing. Because the last time we went, I wore.
I'm not doing those goddamn leather sole bullshit.
no.
Moccasins.
I had a big old like poofy skirt on last time we went. You couldn't see my shoes anyway, so it didn't matter. But I had these flat, like little black shoes that I wear to work all the time.
yeah.
They're just like flat ballet slipper things, whatever. They were horrible to wear to Renfest because a lot of the paths are rocks.
Oh, no.
And you go from rock to grass and whatever. And so like when you're walking on the rock, you can feel them through the bottom of your shoe. So the first weekend I went, it was Pirates weekend, and I had like a pirate costume on. So I had boots on, couldn't feel a thing. It was fine. But the second time we went and I had the flats on, I was like, oh, this was a bad shoe choice. I need to like wear actual like boots or something that has like a hard sole on it so that I don't like have rocks coming up into my foot.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't want that. I was looking for like slouchy boots or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're under my skirt.
Yeah, you're not going to see them.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
fine.
care. And then like I have these Born boots or BOC boots that I like anyway
Yeah.
because I wear them with literally everything in the wintertime. Although skinny jeans are out of style now, but I like them.
Oh, whatever.
I
Skinny
like
jeans
the
are always in
silhouette.
style.
I like the silhouette. I don't want to go to straight jeans or
I do like the straight jeans, but I have like the high-waisted mom jeans that are straight
But
jeans.
the thing is that because straight jeans and bootcut jeans are coming back into style, they don't fucking exist for people my size.
Yeah.
Everybody's buying them.
Yeah.
Skinny jeans are the only thing available now to people my size. So go out on oldnavy.com. There ain't shit for a size 18.
Oh no! So I buy. There's one kind of jean that I buy now.
I buy Walmart.
I've gotten down to a point where I found one pair of jeans that I like, and I will buy them the same like version in boot cut, straight cut, different colors, but it's all the same jean, and they're from Kohl's, and they're like shaper wear or whatever because like they come up higher. But the top like 2 inches to 3 inches of them are all elastic on the inside of the denim.
Nice.
So like they come up, but they're supposed to be like, you know, they're
Comfortable?
Well, they're supposed to be like skinny jeans up top because they're supposed to like, you know, suck you in or whatever. But what I do is I buy them so they're comfortable to wear, but they're like stretchy. So it's just like, oh, these are fucking stretchy jeans and they're like super comfy to wear, which is probably why I have to
Love
hike them
it.
up all the time.
Yeah, we'll have to hook up on that name.
Yeah.
No, I
good.
just want to be comfortable, and I like skinny jeans because then they go with my weird ass boots. So
Well, yeah.
like they go inside. My favorite purchase over the past 5 years has been I have 2 pair of Fry boots,
Nice.
of which that is possibly like half a year of college if you're going to community college. It's so bad. It was when I was like, I have spare money, so I'm going to buy
nice
$500 in
Yep.
boots.
Uh-huh.
They will last forever. I still have to take them to be stretched because at least 5 times a year I'll put them on for like 5 days in a row, and then they will stretch out. And I'm like, yeah, then I can wear these forever. But those 5 days are fucking hell.
Yeah.
Because you have to put on like thick, bulky socks and then
Yeah,
but
stretch 'em
Fry
out and
boots
everything.
are the shit.
Yeah.
I love them. Not if you're vegan.
No.
or vegetarian. They're not anything you want to wear. But I wear cow on my feet and I'm fine with it. Just use every part of it that I eat.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You know.
Animals use animals.
They do.
An animal.
They really do.
And actually, I just watched this whole video. We're not going to get into this. I just watched this whole video about like the upending of the economy because now we have made... They're going to come after us. Vegans have made certain shit so expensive because they rely on it. So like they've made certain vegetables very expensive. They make quinoa very expensive.
They can make that expensive all they want. I don't like it.
But there are communities
that rely on it.
Who are now unable to afford it.
Oh, no.
Because it's being exported at great rates. So yeah, no.
Yeah, I will say my partner had me watch this documentary thing about meat and whatever else, and basically how much land we use to raise cattle and how much land we use to feed cattle versus how much land we use to actually feed humans off of vegetables and things like that. And it's kind of astounding the amount of land that we waste feeding cattle so that we can eat cattle. Right. So like eventually it would probably be nice if everybody moved to being vegan and everything else. And I think that's a good goal. I will say though,
if we did it domestically. But we, somebody had remarked that like we export like 80% of our grain and vegetables, and then we import 70%.
Why?
Because of trade agreements.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah, no, it doesn't, but it happens.
But, like, to keep, like, good relationships with other countries and things like that, in my brain, that makes sense because we want to...
And I'm against nationalism because I think nationalism leads to, like, a Holocaust.
We're a global community and we need to stay that way.
Should be, but, like, it should be a balanced thing. Yeah, I just... I don't want to.
No, I agree. I will say, so especially with like the new, this isn't a new diet I'm doing. Let's be honest. It's not a new diet.
It's not a diet.
No.
Let's not call it a diet.
It's not a diet.
Lifestyle change.
It is. I'm trying to be more conscious of the things that I'm eating and trying to eat more protein and more fiber and things like that. Less fats, less sugars.
Not so much protein that you shut down your kidneys.
Right. Yeah. Which I'm doing okay on that because let's be honest, I'm still pretty carb heavy in all of my food. So in the calorie counting thing, like I'm still fairly high on the carbs. I have not hit like the protein level I'm supposed to hit or whatever else. But it's definitely a thing where I'm like, all right, well, I need to eat more like grilled chicken or whatever. But it's just nice little things where it's like, oh, instead of having like breaded like chicken tenderloins, I need to have like a grilled chicken. So, little things like that you learn along the way as you're doing the calorie counting.
Learn how to use spices though, because one of the funniest things I've ever seen on TikTok is like, we come from a people who raided and emaciated entire civilizations over spices that we do not use.
Yeah.
As white people.
Absolutely.
We just don't. I am all about looking for recipes that are not like white centric because I don't think that like salt and pepper are the only things you should use on food.
I'm sorry, Lee. If it doesn't have garlic, I'm probably not going to eat it.
Oh yeah, I like garlic.
You don't like garlic?
I like garlic to an extent that my partner is like, that's too much garlic.
Oh yeah. No, like if
I don't smell like garlic in the morning, dinner probably went wrong.
So my partner, we were doing the
El Conquistador. Made butter garlic chicken one time, and I smelled like fucking garlic for 2 days.
So we were doing the every plate thing where it was like the meal order service, which I loved every plate. I will give them all the props. Every plate is fantastic.
Your partner was starving to death.
Well, the thing is that the meals for him were not enough. The meals for me were either too loaded with sodium or a little bit too high on the calorie count. And it takes an hour and a half to prep the meals. And like, even if it says it'll only take you 30 minutes, it's still an hour to do anything because you got to chop stuff and whatever else. And if you're not a professional chef, you're going to take a little bit longer to chop that stuff. But any recipe that we had, and I mean every recipe that we got from them, included garlic, and they would send up a giant clove of garlic every time. So like in the box, it was like, instead of like, okay, so one of the recipes would require 2 cloves of garlic. They would send an entire head of garlic for the entire box. So if a recipe called for 2 cloves,
of recipe.
Yeah. So if a recipe called for 2 cloves, he'd put 4 in. So like, and the thing is, have you ever heard of purple garlic?
Yeah. No.
Okay. No.
Wait a minute. That's an Ohio no. Yeah. No. Is an Ohio no.
That is an Ohio no. So purple garlic, like you'll get heads of garlic that have like this purple tint on like the line. The cloves are twice the size of a normal garlic head.
Oh, no way.
And they would send purple garlic. And so it'd be like, the recipe would be like 2 cloves. And he'd be like, 4 cloves. Cool. And so we would have half a clove of garlic, or not half a clove, half a head of garlic in the recipe. And he would make it. And I'd be like, this day is delicious. I love it. Fantastic. Keep making it this way. And he's like, yeah, I keep doubling the garlic. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds right.
You would have loved my husband's mother apparently made garlic mashed potatoes one time with a head of elephant garlic.
Oh, yeah.
An entire head of roasted elephant garlic.
Was there butter and sour cream involved?
I don't know, but it cracked me up.
I'm telling you what, potatoes, a giant amount of garlic, butter, sour cream, that's all you need. Maybe a little milk. Mix that all together, mash it up. Like, I don't care if it's chunky or creamy, whatever.
It has to be chunky. Yeah, I refuse to eat creamy whipped potatoes.
Whatever kind of mashed potatoes you like, chunky or creamy, as long as there is garlic, a little bit of milk, some sour cream, and some butter, you mash that all shit together. Oh, that is the best thing in the entire world.
Garlic makes the world go round.
It does.
That's what is the giant equalizer. Brandi, where can you find us?
All right. If you guys want to hear more of us or talk to us or give us feedback, you can find us on Instagram and Twitter at DBBL_podcast, Facebook and YouTube at DBBL Podcast, or you can go to our website at DBBLpodcast.com or DBBLpodcast@gmail.com. You can send us a note. We would love to hear from you.
No, I don't hear from fucking anybody.
I know. Fuck all of you. Nobody sends us notes. We want some, like, you don't have to send us love. You can like send us hate mail. It's fine.
Hate mail.
Questions. Love questions. Questions are great.
We have any questions.
No.
All I get are people like hiccups, which in all honesty, I almost have to be blackout drunk to have hiccups.
Mindy gets the hiccups more than me, so I'm super proud of that.
As experienced on episode 16. We're trying to, I'm trying to have back there. Somebody has to be responsible. Also, somebody was like, poor Brandi. Fuck off.
Yeah. Trust me. It's okay. I have to edit it, which is fine. Like, it's just not poor me when I edit things, because I honestly get to listen to all this, because there is some shit that I take out so you guys can't hear. And those are the things that I live for. So
sometimes they show up at the end and sometimes they just don't fucking
because
not.
I'm like, this is too good for you people.
In all honesty, we probably will never, I probably will try never to be where I was on episode 16, because I blacked out like halfway through my night. Not during the episode. We went out afterwards and I lost track of time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call it a blackout, because when people tell me what happened, I was like, oh, I fucking remember that. And Brandi was like, you're goddamn Houdini. And my husband was like, I just wasn't going to like stand in your way. And Brandi was like, I went to the bathroom and you ended up inside and I left you outside. And I very distinctly remembered telling you to not go inside. And yet there you were.
Yeah.
Several times.
She likes to like, boop, here I am. Boop, here I am. I said poop instead of pop, and I feel like that was wrong. Pop, here
however, I have never been a sad drunk. I was just a cop of field drunk. And
that's right.
kind of fucking.
I mean, happy drunks are good drunks.
I talked people into coming to our podcast.
At least you're not
invite.
an angry drunk. You didn't punch anybody. I feel like that's a progress.
No,
right there.
I feel like that's so there's a very fine line between happy Mindy and punching somebody in the face, Mindy. And I'm glad we didn't go there.
That's right. We don't want punch in the face.
There were
Mindy.
like 5 of us in the bar. And that
Because
would have been a horrible situation.
There is a punch in the face, Mindy.
There
And
is.
thank God she did not emerge.
So, contact us. We won't punch you in the face over the internet.
I mean, we can't do that. So,
But
what do you got to lose?
we have reached $10.
Woo! Yeah,
in monetization.
that was a terrible high five.
And monetization. Woo! I really am ordering the pint glasses. That takes a while. We got the minimized logo.
Yeah.
So yay. Thank you.
Yep.
They're on order. It takes like 10 weeks. Jesus Christ.
Everything's on back order these days, guys.
There are not materials to do anything. However, at 1,000 downloads, we are going to do a live stream.
We are, and I will figure out how to do that before we get to that.
We will figure out how to do that without our faces. You're going to see mostly tits and chins.
Yeah.
We're fine with that.
Or maybe just a mixer. You'll see my mixer.
We'll see something, but we will do something live for you all. We love you. Mm-hmm. And cheers. Cheers. So anyway, what's happening in the world? I don't know. They killed abusive husbands, and this is their haven. Ooh, there's a haven for people who kill abuse. My husband is not abusive, but there's a California haven for lives fraught with pain. Yeah, you should just look that up. It's a very long article. Madonna lifted her skirt on camera and sprawled across Jimmy Fallon's desk. Did you all see her fake bottom? That was some sincere booty enhancement. I don't know what else to call it. Nobody has a square ass on purpose. Let's see. Texas toddler. Ooh, in case you haven't heard, there was a kid that went missing for 4 days after chasing a neighbor's dog into the wilderness. And I can identify with that, but I'm not 4 years old, and I wouldn't suggest 4-year-olds chasing dogs into the wilderness. And also, I don't understand why the asshole dog didn't take people to the child or stay with the child. That's a fucking untrained dog. It's just heartless. Boop, 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 boop. Brandi's gonna have to edit this. Da 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 da. Boop, 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 boop. This is some fucking tragic ass news. I just don't want to go into this shit. I keep hitting the home button instead of like, let's see, Adele. Adele is hot. She was hot before her weight loss. I just loved her ahead of time. I told my husband that I missed the live version of Easy on Me on Instagram, her new song. Apparently she impressed everybody, but I missed it. And all my husband had to say was that in her last live special, they had to bleep her for saying fuck 6 times. And I think that's what makes her charming. I also think that saying fuck is what makes us charming. Brandi is back here to clean up the beer that she spilled.
Oh, no.
With her purse that hooked itself around her beer. And so now her backpack and her purse are covered in beer. The strap is endangered. If Brandi were Dora, her backpack would be drunk. Backpack. I don't know the backpack thing. I used to know the map thing because I worked for a doctor named Map. And so I used to sing the Map song to him all the time. So while Brandi's doing that, I will give her something else to edit, which is I personally pre-gamed with like 6 ounces of 4 Roses small batch, and Brandi had 4 shots of Fireball. Maybe 2 to 4. Oh my God, that's so much beer. We are not telling your partner about this until he listens to it.
Nope. All I did was ask for a towel. Can I get a towel, please? I need